That cap has kept new oil from leaking into the Gulf for more than 2 weeks now, and BP officials are letting thousands of cleanup workers go from the beaches where there is no more oil washing up. But what about the water? In Focus, reporter Ted Oberg tested water all along the Gulf Coast. The results are in, and Ted is live on the Galveston seawall to let us know. Ted?
Dave, new government figures out tonight show that about 206 million gallons of oil leaked into the Gulf during the spill, making it the worst Gulf oil spill ever. And as we started these tests a few weeks ago, some of that oil was washing up in Galveston here, Gulf Shores, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida. We went to all 3 of those beaches to see just how safe vacation spots are. It's been hard to believe your eyes this summer, those unimaginable images of oil-soaked coastlines and beaches coated with crude. Some of them closed, others open, but with severe warnings to avoid swimming, wading, or entering the water. Warnings that aren't always followed.
I am concerned. It's just they're kids, and it's summer, and I just don't want to take away that from them.
We got really lucky when we found Susan Chasson and her kids on a Pensacola beach.
These tarry blobs are just everywhere.
She knows the potential danger here. She's a scientist at Tulane, and while her kids were swimming, she was picking up tar ball samples. She wanted to know the same thing we did, just what's out there. And our tests reveal this summer, you really can't believe what your eyes are telling you. We're here on Pensacola Beach. It's the 4th of July weekend. Just a few days ago, this beach was covered with tar balls, we're told. But today, it's open. People are swimming. But do they really know what's in their water? To figure it out, we teamed up with environmental testing expert Rhett Farrell and fanned out to test Gulf Coast beaches from Galveston to Gulf Shores and beyond. We tested Galveston both before the tar balls rolled up and after. So we'll take a sample. Take it back to a lab to get it tested. We went east as far as Pensacola, Florida. We're running 9 separate tests on all of this and worked our way back. So we've driven a little closer to home. Now we're in Gulf Shores. There's been oil spotted here, plenty of cleanup crews on the beach, but we're going to go test the water and see what's there. There's oil out there somewhere. We could see skimmers just offshore, but what we really wanted to know was what's in the water close to the beach. Man, you worried about what's in this water at all or no? But they don't look as bad as they did yesterday. So we took all the samples to a lab here in Houston where they scientifically took the water apart to find out what's in it.
We tested for total petroleum hydrocarbons, total oil and grease, semi-volatile organic compounds.
And what the lab found after looking through our water from oiled beaches, some where waves washed up with an unusual brown tint just feet from pools of oily water and huge tar balls, really surprised us.
I was surprised as well.
No signs of oil or its components or that dispersant or chemicals in any of the water. None in Galveston.
Non-detect for total petroleum hydrocarbons.
Or Gulf Shores.
It seemed very clean.
Or Pensacola.
Clean beach water.
It's great news for beachgoers and all those businesses that depend on them. We've got a month left of summer, and even with all that oil out there, there isn't even a trace in the beach water we tested. But how could it be?
Water's not going to dissolve oil, and so, it can definitely dissipate and, become pretty well mixed, but it's not going to ever become a mixture like salt and water would.
Back on the beach, before we knew what those tests would show,
probably actually aren't present in this stuff anymore.
Susan Chasson predicted that seeing oil spoiling the beach doesn't mean it's spoiling the water, and she was right.
This is mainly just nasty, right? And it sticks to you, and but this is very unlikely to be really, really toxic. Our tests were in line with some government findings that are opening Gulf Coast beaches from here all the way to Florida, and they were so detailed, our tests were, that if there were 2 drops of oil in a bucket this size, our results would have shown up. But again, we're curious about how could it be, and tomorrow we put that even more in focus. Think salad dressing. We'll explain tomorrow night at 6. Live on the Galveston Seawall, I'm Ted Oberg, 13 Eyewitness News.